What's going on, dev? Welcome back to Web Dev channel. In today's episode, we'll create from scratch a feedback UI design using HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. Another project from Dribble. This one created by Idico Gaspar. I hope I pronounced it right. Basically, we have a couple of phases going from a happy to satisfied, and we will be able to submit a feedback and then show the user a thank you message. This is our own project here that we are gonna build from scratch. So it says, how satisfied are you with our customer service? We have three choices. When I click on one of those, it highlights. This will be done by us on JavaScript, change the class to active. I click send review and we will see this thank you message with the level we choose for the feedback. In this case, satisfied, this will be auto-populate using JavaScript. This is a quite simple project with a lot of cool stuff for you to learn, like EventBubble, EventListener, ParentNode, and different way of dealing with them in JavaScript. And of course, CSS to create our presentation layer. Hey, if you're new here and you want to increase your web dev skills, subscribe and click that little bell down below so you get notified every time I post a new video. Alright dev, let's start reading from the beginning. Let's create our files structure. Let's start with our index, our content layer. Then let's have our style.css for presentation layer. And of course app.js, the behavior. Okay. Alright, and now we're gonna go to the HTML, click exclamation, hit tab, and we have our boilerplate. We hit tab a couple of times and we go here to our title. Okay. In the title here, let's say feedback UI designer. Okay. We also need a font awesome because we're gonna have one link, that one, the last one, the one with the heart on it. So let's use this one. Let's copy and paste, and let's have also a link connect our HTML to our CSS. All right, and down here we need also a link pointing to our external JavaScript file. Okay, script app.js, and we have our boilerplate. And here in the body, let's have a div, the ID panel, and the class panel container is the main one that's gonna wrap around everything. Let's have a strong, okay? And this strong is gonna say, how satisfied are you with our, let's break the line here. And under this, let's say customer support performance, all right? And now under this one, let's have our second main container, the ratings container. And inside this one, we're gonna have the ratings, okay? So ratings, the ratings is gonna have two things, a picture, there's a link down below so you can download this one. And under this one, we're gonna have also a small, okay? Under this face, we have this small, say for example, unhappy, all right? Let me put them side by side here. Let's go live and see what you have so far. And looks like we have just this ugly page. Now let's duplicate this one, the rating, because there is people that are unhappy, another one neutral, and another one happy. Okay, so let's change this. For the picture here, all I have to do here is change 136, and here is neutral. Okay. Let's move to the third one. As you can see, let's change this again, 133. And this one is gonna be satisfied. All right, simple like that. And now we need the last item, the last element of our HTML, okay? We need a button to send our feedback, okay? So let's come down here, outside of this one, and let's have a button. Let's have a class of btn and id send. We're gonna be using both on CSS and also JavaScript, okay? And for the text here, send review. Moving into our presentation layer, styles.css, let's start by grabbing this nice font for Google Fonts, Montserrat, or something like that. Okay, Google Fonts, you can come here and do the same. And let's just paste it here, okay? We also need a CSS reset. Box size in here is gonna be border box. Now let's grab the body, okay? And let's make a couple of changes. Let's start by changing a nice background color. Let's pick this one, a grayish color, F2, F9, F2, okay? And for the font family, let's use the Montserrat we just got from Google Fonts, okay? And sans serif as a fallback, okay? For the layout is gonna be display flex. We also want to justify content center along the main axis, okay, horizontally. And along the cross axis, align the item center. We can see right now, just after we use the height 100 VH. Let me save, and yeah, now we center it right in the middle. Let's also get rid of this ugly scroll bar with overflow hidden, okay? It's no longer here, nice. And let's have a margin also 0, all right? All right, now let's grab our panel container, okay? This one that wraps around those faces. Background color here is gonna be white, okay, as you can see on the left. We will also need to apply some box shadow, 0 offset, 10 pixels blur, and let's pick the color, it's gonna be black, and for transparency, .3, all right. As you can see, we have a nice effect of red here on those boxes. And border radius, 4 pixels, make it a little round on its corners, as you can see. The font size, let's decrease that to 90%. Display is going to be flex. It puts them side by side horizontally. We don't want that. So let's change the flex direction to column. And justify content center. All right. Align item center. And let's give some space to them here. Okay, so padding 30 pixels. Text align is going to be center. And max width, let's say 400 pixels. And yeah, starting having a shape. And now we want to grab the panel container, this one that has those faces in it. And let's grab the strong. Let's make a change here. Line height is going to be 20 pixels, putting a little bit apart. And now let's deal with those faces, okay? Ratings container. Let's change the layout. They are on the top of each other. Let's say display flex, put them side by side horizontally. Let's apply margin top and bottom 20 pixels, left and right 0. All right. It looks like we have a little issue with this face here in the middle. It is smaller than the rest of them. So let's solve this problem. Okay, dot rating flex 1. Now they're all of the same size. The cursor, let's change that to a pointer so the user knows that he can click on it. Okay. All right. And one more thing here, padding. Let's put in apart 20 pixels. Looks good for me. Let's also apply some margin of 10 pixels, top and bottom, and 5 pixels, left and right. Let me change here so you can see better. Now let's go to the box with the faces in it, and let's make it obvious that the user is click on it, okay, or hover over it. But the radius here is going to be 5 pixels, make it round on the corners. We also want to have a box shadow 0 offset, 10 pixels blur. And for the color here, let's pick again the black color. And for the transparency, .1, okay. Let me give my space here. And if I hover over this one, yeah, the user know what he is doing, okay. But we also want one to be active all the time. So let's go back here to the HTML and let's add the class active. As soon as you do it, we have satisfied as our default. Okay. Is still in the rating div. We wanna tag here the small, okay, those little texts under the faces, and let's change the color, okay. The color, let's pick a grayish color, 555, and for the layout here, let me say before, for the layout, let's say display inline block, okay. Let's also give some space, they are too close to the faces, so margin is going to be 10 pixels, 0, 0, and yeah, looks much better. And another thing, we want also that when the user hover over this one, this is gonna change its color, okay. So rating hover is small, and also when this is active, we want to change the color. So let's come here to the color and let's pick this black color 111. As you can see, we hover over this one and you have the box, and also the color of the small is changed. The same thing happens here with satisfied, okay, our active class. And now we want to make a beautiful button out of this thing we have right here, okay. So let's grab the btn. Let's start by changing the background color to this one, and also now we can't read, so let's change the color to white. The text is white, okay, we can read. Let's get rid of the border with border 0. Border radius 5 pixels, make it a little round on its corners, alright. Let's make it bigger, 12 pixels top and bottom and 30 pixels left and right. Much better now. And let's show the user that he can click on it. So cursor pointer. Okay, now he knows he can click on it. Okay, enough. Okay, no more. Let's go here. And we also want to give some effect when the users click on it. Okay, so let's grab that btn active and transform scale, and let's decrease that to 0.97. Let me click here. It looks too much. Let me see. Let me try 0.99, just a little bit. No, let's try 0.98, and yeah, looks good. So the user clicks here and he sees this nice effect responding to him. So far, so good. Alright, and now one last thing before we go into JavaScript, okay? Let's style our thank you message, okay? The color is gonna be red, font size 30 pixels here, and the margin bottom is gonna be 10 pixels, and that's it. Alright, and now we're in JS where the magic happens. Let's start by bringing in the elements into the DOM, okay? Let's select the ratings and save that into a variable. Let's call that ratings, okay? This way we can manipulate that, alright? Let's have document query selector. This time let's bring in the .ratings container, okay, this CSS selector, and let's save that into our container, okay. Let me give some more space here. Document query selector, and this time we're gonna bring in the send, okay, that one is the button, and let's save into a variable. Let's call this one send btn. Last one, let's bring in the panel, okay. ID panel, and let's save that into a variable called panel. Now we have reference to the DOM. We wanna add some event listen to the pictures, okay? First of all, let's grab the panel. Let's add event list on click. And let's pass in the event, okay? The event object. Let me console.log and I'm gonna show you. If I click, for example, let me open this console. If I click on this picture, yeah, you'll see this picture. I click on the div, you'll see the div activating. If I click on this button, you'll see the button. And if I click outside, nothing happens. All right. All right, and now let's use some logic here, an if statement. And let's take the E tagged or wherever we click on class list, the property contains rating. If you click on anything that has the class of rating on it, we just want to console that to the log, okay? Console log that one. If I click here in the picture, nothing happens. Why? Because it doesn't have the class of rating, okay? Looks clear? If I click on the box outside of the picture, yeah, it has a class, all right? And we want something different. We want to click on the pictures and go to the parent. What you can do to solve this is use the ParentNode, okay? So let's come here to the text. If the ParentNode contains the class ratings, okay, then it's file off. As you can see, I click on the picture and now we can see because its parent has the class rate on it, okay? Let me just get rid of this one. Let me copy this, add target ParentNode class list, and we want to add the class of active, okay? So let me click this one, okay, it's active, and this one is also active. But now we came across with another issue. All of them are active. How can we fix that? Okay, and now all of them are active. We're gonna solve this problem. Let's create this function, remove active, okay. And down here, let's create the function. Let me copy this and create it down here. Remove active. In this case, instead of use for each, let's use for loops, okay. Let I equals 0, okay, in the first iteration. And for condition, while I is less than ratings dot length, we know that's 3, okay. And let's increment 1, I++. So we take ratings and wherever the index it is at the time, let's have class list remove, and let's remove the class of active from it, okay. It's quite simple. Let's see if it works. I click this one, yep, remove from the first one and goes to the one in the middle, and now to the unhappy, back to neutral. Yeah, it really works. And now what we want to do, we want to grab wherever the user selected here, okay, happy, neutral, satisfied. Let's start out with this one, the default one, satisfied, and we want to grab that, okay. So select rating is gonna be e.target, as you know, is wherever we click on. And as you can see, if you click on the picture here, it has a sibling. It is one, the small unhappy, okay. What you want to do is click on the picture and then select the small under this one. So let's do that. E.target, next element sibling, you know, is the small one, unhappy, neutral, or satisfied. In a text, wherever is in the small. Let me console.log that so you see exactly what we're doing, okay? If I click on this one unhappy, yeah, we just grab the inner HTML unhappy, neutral, and satisfied. Okay, and now let's go to another fun part of our project, okay? Let's use our button and create that thank you message to the user. Send btn, let's add event listen on click, okay? Let's pass in the event object here. Let's have our function. And what we're gonna do, we're gonna create all that message, okay? Let's grab the panel, inner HTML, and let's set that to wherever we want, okay? Let's create something to put there to say thank you to our user. First of all, let's have an icon from Font Awesome, that one from the beginning. I class of face, FA heart, okay? Let me close this for now, yep. And under this one, let's have a string. And this string is gonna say thank you. And in here, let's break the line, BR. Under this one, we're gonna have another string. This one say feedback, and wherever feedback the user choose, okay? So the $, selected rating, okay? Whatever clicked on, all right? And under this one, let's have a paragraph. We use your feedback to improve our customer support performance, okay? Something like that. And let's click here and see if it works. Yeah, it works. It works nice. Okay, it looks like it works nice, but it doesn't. As you can see, we have this arrow here, okay? Something is not right. That's because of the bubble effect, okay? When we click on, let me show you. When we click here on these pictures, it bubbles right to the panel, okay? And we changed it, everything the inner HTML. That's why we have this problem, okay? Let me show you. I'm happy, the picture, and it goes to the panel, okay? The rating. So the idea is, let's go straight to the ratings panel, okay? So we avoid that bubble effect. So instead of panel here, let's grab the ratings container, R container. Let me give a save and let me show you if now it works. Yeah, that thank you message here, it was before. And as you can see, there is no error. Okay guys, that's all for today. I really hope you like it. If you like it, you know what to do. Subscribe, and you also click that little bell down below so you get notified every time I post a new video. See you in the next one. Bye bye.